What's up, guys? Another book haul, you say? Well, yes. I have another book haul. Went out of town today. Went to Goodwill and a couple other places, and I picked up some books. So I picked up all these Cirque du Freak books. I don't know really anything about these, but they were all in one spot at Goodwill, so I didn't want to pass them up, and I already have like 5 other ones from some other book hauls and some book bundles that I bought, and I just kind of set them aside. So I figured, you know what, that's gonna be, if they're not duplicates, it's gonna be pretty close to a set. So went ahead and grabbed these. They're only $1 each at that Goodwill, so $6 for all those. I'm guessing that I can flip these on eBay no problem for at least $6. So it wasn't too much of a shot, but went ahead and grabbed those. If somebody knows about those, you can let me know. Also, there was the Mastermind of Mars, Edgar Rice Burroughs. I have a bunch of these, but I don't know if I have this one, but it was $1, so didn't want to pass that one up. Then I went ahead and grabbed, I'll show you those ones in a second. I have this one, Isaac Asimov. This is him writing as Paul French. David Starr, Space Ranger, not one you see very often. I had a book that was like an omnibus of all his writings as Paul French. Not an omnibus, but a collection series, whatever. And that thing was like almost $100. So I figured one of these rare paperbacks probably at least worth more than $1. So went ahead and grabbed it. I didn't really have time to look stuff up. I went in and they were closing in like 15 minutes. So I had to like super scan all the shelves really quick. Peter Benchley, Beast. I have a lot of his stuff already, but you know, he wrote Jaws and Creature and some other ones, so The Island. But Beast is a popular one as well, so I figured go ahead and grab it. Someone might want it. Let me get all these out here. I think that's all of them. Yeah, I think so. So I got some P.G. Wodehouse books. I sold one recently. It was hardcover, and I went ahead and grabbed all these because I don't think they're very common to find. And I've heard a few people talk about P.G. Wodehouse, and I've sold some of the hardcovers in the past, so I just went ahead and grabbed them, and I'll look them up later. But there's 6 of them here, so, and they're all in really good shape. They're all super crispy. Jurassic Park. Why not? Picked up number 11 of James Blish's Star Trek. I have so many duplicates of this because I've been trying to put together my whole set. And I think I'm only missing number 12. So by the time I find 12, I'll probably have a full set of the rest of them too. So I just kind of grab those whenever. Bradbury, Martian Chronicles. This one's super clean. And I have this one as well. So I'll pass this along on Whatnot or something like that. Edgar Rice Burroughs, Savage Pelusadar. So I have most of these, and I think I have if I remember right, I have a set that has like 3 of them in it, and then some of the individual ones as well. I know that on the back here it shows at least for the series there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So and then it says it says book 13 of the Adventures of Tarzan. So there's quite a bit there. I grabbed these 2. I don't know anything about them, but I have 2 more of these exact, not the same one, but of like an omnibus set. And so they were $1, and I figured, you know what, someone's gonna want those. If not the 2, then the whole thing. So all 3 together. I'm always kind of trying to remember what I have and piecing together sets if I can. This is not something I've hardly ever seen, and it is Brian Lumley, Avengers in hardcover. And I have been putting together a Lumley set for myself. I have almost all the Necroscope series. I think I have all of the other I think it's Blood Wars series. And so I will keep the hardcover and swap out the paperback with my other set. So that's kind of cool. I did not expect to find that at a Goodwill, and the hardcovers are $2. So pretty good deal for that. At least at this Goodwill they are. This is one of the cheaper ones. They've gone up to like, what's the other one? The other one's like $2.99 for hardcover, $1.99 for paperback. So they went up like $1 or $2 at different places. Here's two more of that Edgar Rice Burroughs Pellucidar series. So Tanar and Land of Terror. So Tanar is the third one. Land of Terror is the sixth one, right before the Savage one that I have. So there's 3 in that kind of set. I wish I would have had more time to look, because most likely there were other ones spread out throughout the shelves. The place I went to has 5 tall shelves that have back-to-back books, and they're like 5 banks wide, and then they have a wall behind it that's full books too. So I've gone there before and spent like 2 or 3 hours going book by book trying to go through and see if I could find everything, and still didn't make it out in time. So there's quite a bit. And this one's just a mammoth book of SF wars, and this one someone bought for $7 at some point. Twice Told Books, wherever that is. I'll have to look that up. But it has a lot of the military guys in it. Simon R. Green, Algis Budrys is in it. Frederick Brown, Resnick, Saberhagen, William Tenn. Gene Wolfe is in it. I didn't realize Gene Wolfe was in here. David Weber, Cordwainer Smith. Wow. David Drake, Neil Asher, Halderman. So there's quite a few in this little collection. So I don't know a lot about Brian Jacques. I don't know a lot about him. I have a good friend who is really into fantasy, and so he actually sold me a bunch of his like books that he was going to go donate to the bookstore, and there was a ton of Brian Jacques in there in paperback. I had stacked like, I don't know, there's probably like 10 or so, and then like several hardcovers. And so I've just kind of been, if I see them, I'll grab them now. And I found also another hardcover copy of The Legend of Luke. So I don't know much. I'm not a fantasy reader. Not that I'm against it, I just haven't read it very much. And I wish I knew more about this so I could, talk about it more, or have a better understanding of what I'm getting into when I pick them up. So I'll have to do my research and look into it. It seems like this Redwall series is quite a big series, so I'll have to go through and see if I have the whole thing or close to it. I don't know why I grabbed this one. It's Lucy. I think this is the one that movie was based off of. I did not like the movie. Was it Morgan Freeman and Scarlett Johansson? But I saw this. I had gone to a bookstore right before it, and I had seen this one at a bookstore, and it was like up on the popular section or whatever, and it was full price at like $30 or something. Yeah, $25. So I saw this there at the Goodwill for $2, and I was like, I'm gonna grab that. That might be a good one. I don't know. Someone can let me know, or maybe someone just wants it and I can at least pass it on cheaper than them having to spend $25 on it. So I enjoy passing stuff on to people and sharing in the love of books, because it's just fun. And when you find other people who love books and want to talk about them and want to share and want to oh, I found this for you, I know you've been looking for it, it's great. It's super, super enjoyable. So I enjoy it. I might be the nerd or the weirdo, but Clive Barker, Incarnations, right? Yeah, Incarnations. This is 3 plays by Clive Barker. I've not looked this one up either, but it has Colossus, Frankenstein in Love, or The Life of Death, and the history of the devil, or scenes from a pretended life. And so this is a nice hardcover edition, and I think I shared it in the last one, but I picked up a hardcover from Matt at Bookpilled of a bunch of Clive Barker stuff, so starting to get a few more. Ben Bova, Orion and King Arthur. Got this in hardcover. I already have this in hardcover, so mostly I just got it to pass along to somebody who might be interested. And same with this one, Greg Bear, War Dogs. This is on my next TBR, the one where I keep adding to on the books I want to read after I'm done reading all the books on my TBR. So this one's on there, something that I want to read, and I have this exact same one. So I figured I'd grab it. Maybe somebody wanted to read along, or someone's on the lookout for it and needs it. So that was all from that Goodwill. Now, move that. You should see my room right now. It is absolutely overflowing with books. I started to arrange my 2 major shelves, so there's books everywhere. Everywhere. I'm not going to show you because it's embarrassing. Everywhere. All right. So part of this little book bundle that I got earlier, the boxes I had, I opened up. I had these in there. Reader's Guide to Fantasy, kind of cool little copy, and then a matching part of that, Reader's Guide to Science Fiction. Also found John Christopher, The Guardians. He's the one who wrote Little People and Little People? Wait a minute. Where is it? Yeah, it's Little People, right? The one with like the little gnomes on the front cover. The paperback from Hell one. Little People. Yeah, pretty sure it's Little People. Anyways, he's the one that wrote that. My knowledge astounds. John Jakes, Master of the Dark Gate. Sometimes, I don't know. Stainless Steel Rat Saves the World. So I don't have this one. I have several Stainless Steel Rat ones, but I don't have this one, so that's pretty cool. And this weird one, Edgar Pangborn, The Lusty, Ribald, and Wonderful Misadventures of Davy, the Irresistible Child of the Future. And this is a Boris Vallejo cover. Look at that cover. Oh my goodness. That's like almost outside of PG-13. I got this when World of Books on eBay sent me the wrong book again. So I have known nothing about this, but this was in my book box that they sent and was the incorrect one, which has happened, I think, three or 4 times already. But the other ones that came were Sean Hudson's Spawn, so known for Slugs. This one, there's another cover that's really cool. I think it's on the front of Paperbacks from Hell, and it's super cool, but way more rare. So I swooped that one up, and then also Sean Hudson, Erebus. Read this, and it says, "And never eat red meat again." Oh, man. I forget where this was recommended from, but I also ordered this on eBay. How High We Go in the Dark. It might have been from hearing something from Moid over at Media Death Cult, and this one sounded really cool, and I wanted to go ahead and read it. I picked up a second copy. I have this exact same one, and I've actually started it already, of This Immortal by Roger Zelazny. This was the tie for the first Hugo or first Nebula, whichever one Dune won, I forget. It tied that year with Dune, and I think also one of Andrea Norton's tied that same year as well. So this is a well-known. Pretty sure it's Nebula, but I don't know that stuff very well. So that's going to be on Whatnot or something like that, or somewhere available, because I have the exact same one. So found The Howling 2. Super cool book. This is by Gary Brandner. It's not a movie tie-in. So that's kind of neat. Let's see, where did that other one go? Oh, I thought I had found Gormgast, but I found Titus Alone, and I got really excited because I found another one, and it was another copy of Titus Alone. So I thought I got the first one, and I thought I had the first and second one in matching things. And I was like, yes. So I've been on the lookout for those, but apparently I only have 2 copies of the third one now. So let's see, that's something different. All right, so I went to this other. Let's go with this one first. These also came in on eBay. I've been looking for these. The Institute, Stephen King, hardcover. I don't have this one yet at all, and this is a newer one. I think this is 2019. Yeah, 2019. So I hadn't read this one yet. So I was looking forward to that, and also needed it to add to my collection. And then also Elevation, which I have read already, which I enjoyed, and I didn't have a copy of it. I read it on, not Kindle, but Scribd. Sorry. Scribd? Yeah, I think it was on Scribd. That's the one I use most. So, let's see here. Oh, okay, so I went to one of my favorite bookstores, which is it's like a half off or half price, whatever. It's called Paperbacks Unlimited or Paperbacks Inc. or something like that. And I usually have store credit and stuff there because I trade in different books. I grabbed this one. I'd never heard of it. I read the back. It's called Dark Planet by Charles Sasser. And that says DRT. It's hard to see, but it says DRT 213. Oh, you can see it better in the camera than you can here. And it sounded really cool. It sounded like some sort of attack on the planet from some weird mysterious presence. It says like just a good intense creature type survival thing, you know. And then I found these World of Darkness dark fantasy series. I have one or two of these already, and so I thought, oh, you know what, it's probably going to be really good to put these together. It's Mage the Ascension. I think each of these kind of sell on their own for about $10 or so. So I went ahead and grabbed all 3, and I'll do more research on it. I was kind of flying then too, trying to get out of there. They closed earlier than the other place, so I went there first. While I was there, I picked up John Ferris, You Don't Scare Me. So author of like The Fury and a bunch of other ones. I have a lot of his, but I do not have this one. This isn't not an older vintage style looking one, but went ahead and grabbed it because, you know, I got to. John Stakely, so the author of Armor, which is on my list to read. This latest group of reading, whatever it is, for the year, it's on that list. But he also wrote Vampires, which I remember being a movie with, what's his name? Can't remember his name. James Woods, I think. Wasn't that who was in it? Vampires with James Woods. And I saw it a long time ago. It wasn't fantastic or anything, but I think it was okay. So I also grabbed, while I was there, Absolution Gap by Alistair Reynolds, and I wasn't sure if I had this one or not, and I do. I just checked. So this will go up on Whatnot or something like that. Hopefully someone can pick it up, and I'll at least make my money or make back what I paid for it. This is another one of those The World of Darkness books there that add to that. Richard Lee Byers. And let's see here. A couple other ones that I'd been looking for. So Crash by Jg Balor. I have not seen this. I've never seen this anywhere in any bookstore. And so I was stoked to pick this up. I think I just saw Criminale doing a review on this one. I didn't watch that one yet, but I think I saw it on the thumbnail. But I'm pretty sure he did a review on this one, and I've heard from others that it's kind of light sci-fi, kind of a twisted one, kind of. I also picked up from Jg Balor High Rise. I've also never seen this one out in the wild. It is the movie tie-in, and I've never seen this movie, so I don't think I've seen this movie. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that movie. I think this is one of the ones that Whitney at Secret Sauce of Storytime is coming up. Like, she has these 3 authors. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I watched this a couple days ago, and I watch a lot of YouTube. She's doing like a 3 major author run of like going through their books that she's never read before and wanting to kind of get a taste for them and some of the vintage sci-fi. And Jg Ballard is one of them, and I think High Rise was one of the ones she was going to read. So you should go check out all those people I mentioned. Another one I'm just taking a chance on. I haven't heard anything about or never seen before, and it is Cold Brook by Tim Leben. Looks pretty good. It says, will a door to another Earth mean the end for this one? Knuckle whitening terror, top rate storytelling. So takes place up in the Appalachian Mountains, secret laboratory. It says that scientists have achieved the impossible, a gateway to a new world. So there could be lots of directions that goes. And it just sounded pretty good. I've never heard of it, so I thought I'd take a shot. I always go through their horror section and kind of pick out maybe something new, so I will add that to the list at some point. One that I've been wanting to read for a long time is Sea of Rust. And I hear Jonathan over at Words in Time, or Words of Time. Words in Time? Words of Time. Words in Time. Anyways, Jonathan. I see him, he's talked about this one a lot as a good starter point for different people to read if they haven't read something before, and just that it's an all-around good book. And I think I've heard him mention it 3 or 4 times, and he always kind of has an excited expression about it, and I could tell that he really enjoyed this book. So I've been wanting to pick it up for a while. I've never ever seen it, and I was pretty excited when I saw it there. Went ahead and grabbed it, so that one's on my list. I picked up another Gears of War. I have it's Aspo Field or Ashpo Field, Aspo Fields, which is the one right before this, which I started the other day. I'm only a couple chapters in, and I love Gears of War. I love all the games. I've played them since they first came out. This is where I met tons of friends on Xbox, and we played for hours on end, and I neglected my sleep so that I could play Gears and go to work tired for many years. My children didn't eat. I threw them a loaf of bread and some water and shut the door, and I went back to playing Gears just because I loved. I'm kidding. I did not do that. Don't call PETA. I'm just kidding. I know it's not PETA either. No. My kids play with me. They also play video games. They are nerds like me, and it's great. So, but anyways, I love Gears. So I also found Thomas Dish, which I never find out in the wild either. And this is like a tie-in, I guess, from The Prisoner, which was a TV event. I don't know when this came out. I don't remember ever hearing this, but apparently he wrote the basis for it. So I love Thomas Dish. He's a phenomenal all-around author. He wrote poetry and plays and sci-fi and maybe some might say a little bit of horror or whatever, and children's books, and just all around phenomenal, and I think kind of criminally underrated. And so I love Dish, and I haven't yet to find this one, so I went ahead and picked it up. If you didn't see, I think I might have showed this one in the last one. I don't know, but I scooped this one up. If I didn't, I'm showing it again, or if I did, I'm showing it again because I love it. It is Triplicity by Thomas Dish, and this one has Echo Round His Bones, and The Genocides, which I've read, which I love, and The Puppies of Terra, which I had on paperback a while back, and I I thought I kept it, but I must have sold it because I searched through everything. I couldn't find it. So I must have sold it at some point. But this one has 3 in 1, which is fantastic. And then last but not least, I was at the counter, and this place is only a paperback place, but they do have some hardcovers, and it's usually only the new stuff. And I'm a sucker for covers. And so I grabbed this knowing zero about it. I don't even know what type of book it is. I know nothing. But I went ahead and picked it up. It is Wrath by Sharon Molim and Daniel Kraus. I don't know anything about it. I don't know what genre it's in. This made me feel like it was some sort of sci-fi horror-esque type, but it's probably just some thriller or something. I don't know. But it looked really interesting. I saw it. It was the last quick split-second decision, and I still can't figure out what it is on the back by reading it. So maybe if someone's read it or knows, they can let me know. But the inside cover is gorgeous too. Look at that. That's so cool. So I was very excited for this. Beautiful book. Whether it's good or not, it's a beautiful book. So I was pretty excited, and they don't usually have hardcovers there, so I was like, whoa. And I guess they grabbed it because it's kind of newer. So anyways, that was from that place. Then, last but not least, I have a few more. I drove to another town where there's been a bookstore there that I've been wanting to go to for well over a year, and I've never been able to go to because they're always closed when I get there. They're closed on the day I happen to be there. They're closed for lunch when I'm going through there. Whatever it is, they're always closed. And so I finally got to go in, and they're a little more expensive, but I got some good grabs. And I got some for me, and I got some to resell on whatnot and some other places. So I went ahead and grabbed all of these, if I can get them. I went ahead and grabbed all these. They are part of L. Frank Baum's The Wizard of Oz. I just messed it all up here. They're not in order. There we go. I have 1 through 5 or 1 through 6 at least, and there's all the way up to like 13, sorry. And I kind of want this whole set just to have for myself. It's pretty cool. Maybe, I don't know if they're any good or what, but I went ahead and grabbed them because they were about $3 each. 4. So to complete that set, this is like $25 or whatever, but it was kind of worth it to me. Heinlein, The Moon is a Harsh Mistress. This is the one Heinlein that I have never found, that I've been looking for. This is the one I think that gets recommended a lot to read, and I have read Heinlein before, and it was just okay. And I've kind of heard that about Heinlein. Some people are just like, eh, and some people love him. But I've heard that this one is excellent, so I want to give this one a shot. So I went ahead and grabbed that. It was $4 also, I think. Yeah. So it's worth that. I picked up Maelstrom, Peter Watts. This is the sequel to Starfish. So there's a trilogy. It is Starfish, Maelstrom, and then was released in 2 books. But it's, I think, one. It's like Behemoth or Behemoth A and B or something like that. So this is the second one, though. This one is on my list. I'm starting Starfish probably tomorrow, maybe Monday. But Starfish I've been wanting to read it forever. I finally found a copy, and so I bumped it way up on the list. So, and I have this one with it as well, in case I love it and I want to just keep going. I do not have the other 2, Behemoth or whatever it is, the 2 that are after this. But I went ahead and grabbed this in case someone else was after it or wanted it, and there's another copy, and they could, scoop it up as well. It's not super easy to come by, so when I find stuff like that, I just grab it and hope that somebody wants it. Another one that I know people usually want, and so I grab whenever I see it, is the Mote in God's Eye. And, sorry, there we go. Niven Purnell, So I always pick this up if I see it, if it's reasonable. If it's like priced like $10, I don't grab it. But if it's $3 to $5, I'll grab it. All right, a couple more. Several more. I'll do the paperbacks first. Orson Scott Card, Treason. And you can see right there, it says signed. So we have a signed Orson Scott Card copy. I actually have an Orson Scott Card copy signed already of a different book in hardcover. That's one of the Enders ones. I forget which one it is, Shadows or something like that. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. It is pretty darn clean. So unless I drop it and smash it, you know, there's a little crease right here and a little tear right there, but overall it's pretty clean. So I may just kind of whatnot auction it. I may do it as a giveaway. I don't know, something. I just grabbed it. One of the Edgar Rice Burroughs that I didn't have was Synthetic Men of Mars. I have a lot of these, and I know I didn't have this one, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm trying to get this whole set. This is the 9th book, and I kind of want that set in that style rather than this style. But this is Master of Adventure, Richard Edgar Rice Burroughs and Richard Lipoff. So I found a couple Moorcocks, The Bull and the Spear. That's a rare one that I've never seen before. They had more, but the other ones were like priced way higher than these. I don't know why. And it's not like they were extra special ones. Some were priced low and some were priced high. I don't know why, but the Sword and the Stallion, definitely ones I have not seen before. The Jewel in the Skull, and they're all pretty darn good shape. So the Quest for Tanalorn, I have found this one, but in a different cover. That other style that's a little bit later. These look a little more vintage. And the King of Swords. So crazy cover. So those will probably be on Whatnot because I have not. I've never collected Moorcock. I probably should have because I'd have the majority of them by now, but I've always just kind of passed them along. I know I need to at some point, but as you can see, I'm running out of space. So it's getting worse. I picked this one up for my daughter. It's the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, right? Songbirds and Snakes. Yeah, this is the Hunger Game, part of the Hunger Games, I believe. I think this is a newer one, and this one is the movie that's coming out, I think, towards the end of the year. My daughter really enjoys Hunger Games. She has all the, so yeah, this is a 2021. She has all the books in hardcover, but not this one. So I picked this up. It was $2. So if you can see that, it was on like a discount rack outside. And so I went ahead and grabbed it, and we'll hold on to it until we can find her one with a nice dust jacket or matches her set or something. So there's that. A couple of cool ones. The Siberiad Stories by Stanislaw Lem. Stanislaw Lem, not someone you see very often. Usually Stanislaw Lem books go for a fairly reasonable price. They're not that common to find, so whenever I find them, I go ahead and grab them. It's kind of like Dish. You don't find Dish very often either. Another Stanislaw Lem. Solaris. So I will be passing this one along. I have been looking for this book forever, but I finally found a vintage copy, which I think I showed at a previous time, but I have a vintage copy paperback. So that one I will hang on to, and this one I'll go ahead and pass along. These ones I did pay a little bit more for, so on Whatnot I will probably up the price a little bit to start, or maybe not. We'll just send it and see what happens, bud. We'll just let it rip. So we'll see. This one I bought for myself. It is a ex-library book. I paid that much for it. You can probably read it already. $30 for it. I don't think I would ever pay $30 for an ex-library book or something like that. I was very excited to find this. Richmond Public Library, which is kind of a little bit south of where I live. But it is the... Is that flipped? Or is it me? Am I flipped? Is that flipped? Can you read that? I don't know. The Early Science Fiction Stories of Thomas M. Dish. Super excited for this one. So I was willing to pay up for this, and this one's going to be in my my personals here. White Fang Goes Dingo, which I have a paperback of, so now I can probably pass that paperback along to somebody else, which is not very common. And then all the way up to The Puppies of Terra, which is the other one that I have the 3 of, has I think Puppies of Terra and Genocides and another one. So it's kind of the early ones up to this. So yeah, Echo Round His Bones, Genocides, and Puppies of Terra. And this one kind of takes up all the way to that. So super excited for this one. This is probably my favorite thing I found today. So this one is a close second. This is the last one. This is it. The finale. The pièce de la résistance. This is All You Need Is Kill. Graphic novel. Hiroshi Sakurazaka. Hiroshi Sakurazaka. This is the Edge of Tomorrow book that was originally written and then turned into Edge of Tomorrow. This is absolutely gorgeous. It is, well, manga, not graphic novel. Is there a difference? I don't know, but I'm super excited for it. Spoiler, I did read Edge of Tomorrow this month, and so I was on the lookout for the original version, not the movie tie-in. So there's the initial start. Beautiful. I'm super excited for it. I probably will devour this in one sitting. I would not be surprised. So I was very excited to find this. So I'm torn. I'm torn between the two. I don't know which one's my favorite. I don't know, but I was excited for both. There will be some Whatnot shows coming up. Right now, this camera is not sitting on a tripod. It is sitting on a giant pile of books. So that is what I have right now that needs to be gone bye-bye. And I'm reorganizing everything too. So big mess, but I have some Whatnot stuff that's coming up. I will put the shows. I can't talk. I will preload the shows so that you can see all the books that are going to be on there. I may do a special like combo show where it's like sci-fi and horror together, and then I'll probably do 2 other separate ones as well, just cuz. And yeah, I think that was it. That was fun. I'm excited for all those books, and hopefully I can pass some awesome ones along to other people as well. So let me know what you guys think. If you some of these you're looking for, you're excited about, whatever, or that you've read that I can look forward to reading too. And so let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, you know the deal, all that fun stuff. Catch you later.